UFC champion Ronda Rousey has apparently just landed the lead role made famous by Patrick Swayze in an upcoming remake of Roadhouse. Variety reports she'll play the bouncer with a keen intellect who is hired to clean up a rough Texas bar. No mention is made if the character's name will remain Dalton or be changed. Rousey will next be seen in the 2016 Peter Berg film Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg. Kristian, are you up for Ronda Rousey filling Patrick Swayze's shoes for a Roadhouse remake?
This is such a weird question. Just because I can see when the notes are being made, like, how can anyone be up for this because of her acting? I mean, her acting's horrendous, but I will tell you this. You have to capitalize. If you're Ronda Rousey, you capitalize on these offers. You capitalize on everything that you can. And I will say that if any role is perfect for her to do right now, it's a remake of Roadhouse. I could see, I mean, it's going to be painful to watch her in a lead for an hour and 40 minutes. It's going to be tough. The woman can't act. Some people have it, some people don't. She doesn't. But if they just focus on her just kicking the crap out of everybody for just an hour and 40 minutes, and they just have her say, sure, great, let's go to the lake. That's all I need. And then rip somebody's throat out. That's fine. Then I'm on board for this. Because if you're going to give me any movie, because everyone's going to, every time you get a question, are you excited about Ronda Rousey acting? Everyone here is going to be like, no, she can't act. But if there's one property, then yeah, sure. But I don't know.
I have to disagree with you. Like, I believe there are properties out there. Look, I wish they would handle Ronda Rousey a little bit smarter. I wish they would just give her 3 or 4 years of taking small supporting roles, learn a bit, instead of saying, hey, she's a big name right now, let's put her in lead roles and stuff like that. I agree, there may be a movie out there that you could get away with that. Maybe a female version of Conan. I mean, what was it, like an hour and something minutes before Arnold Schwarzenegger? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Red Sonja, but like Schwarzenegger didn't say his first line in Conan until like well into the film and stuff like that. But Roadhouse, I'm telling you, Roadhouse is awesome.
It's awesome.
It's not just a good movie, it's an awesome movie. And part of what makes it awesome was that Patrick Swayze didn't just do the action great, he gave us a great character. I mean, he was able to sell us on the smoothness of the game. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. Yeah. You know, you got to be able to sell that character that way. Sam Elliott, how great was Sam Elliott in that movie too, right? He was so good in that movie. And because of that, I kind of feel like, no, this is not the movie you give to somebody like Ronda Rousey. I'm a massive Ronda Rousey fan. And I am certainly not saying that she does not, possess the capability down the line to develop some acting chops and grow with the right training and experience. I'm not saying she couldn't be a legitimate or at least serviceable actress at some point. Maybe it might be a long shot, but I'm not saying she can't do that. But she ain't, come on, we all agree. Right now, she ain't that. And to give her Roadhouse, this actually makes me a little mad. I'm not mad that they're remaking Roadhouse.
That's nostalgia, though. That's a nostalgia thing, too.
Well, part of it is nostalgia, but that's what they're trying to capitalize on for doing a Roadhouse. It is nostalgia, and this is nostalgia that's pissing me off here. I don't know, Mark, what do you think?
I think, Sam Elliott, get that mustache in shape, because you're going to have to do the heavy lifting in the Roadhouse reboot. I hope they bring him back. I personally am very offended by this. However, I get it on all facets. I understand why she would want to do it. I understand why
No, I don't blame her at all.
But a studio, too, because Roadhouse is such a known, celebrated property. It's on TNT every weekend. People are still aware of what Roadhouse is. It's this fun action movie that I believe won 17 Oscars, which is still a record. You need to, it's one of the things like Point Break, where yes, it's in the culture, so it's gonna make money. With Ronda Rousey being the star that she is in that movie, she not only is a great fighter, but she just has that look of a bouncer. You actually believe her as a bouncer until she opens her mouth, which I don't know if she's going to be better or worse than she's been in movies so far, like The Expendables or Furious 7 or something like that. But, I mean, it hasn't been pretty thus far. She can get better. I think that the one movie that I would buy her in is the story that she's doing, the biopic. It makes too much sense on all levels for this movie to not happen, including a curious audience standpoint. I love the first Roadhouse. I'm interested. I'm not happy about it, but I will pay to see this movie. I'm sorry. I'm going to see it.
And the thing that you said as far as like give her time to act and maybe give it sort of in 3-4 years. The problem is, look at someone like Chuck Liddell. Okay, now Chuck Liddell, when he was fighting, he was really the transfer over to when the UFC really started to pop. And Chuck Liddell was like the first mainstream superstar. They put him in Entourage. They were going to put him in all this stuff. And then when they really started to promote him and promote his big fight against Rampage, he lost. And so, like, the problem is that you have to capitalize on fighters. Now, it doesn't look like anybody right now is even going to come close to beating Ronda Rousey. But fighters are another one, talking about shelf life. They're so long before their bodies give out on them. And what happens if you start promoting? You're waiting 2, 3, 4 years for it, and then the comet starts to go down, and she loses a fight. Her stock drops. Right now, she is Mike Tyson in 1987. So you capitalize on her now while you can. And I just think that, I know with Roadhouse, I get it, I understand, but going off what Mark says though too, it's the one that makes sense for her, I think, right now. And God bless everybody.